Hello everyone, it's Shengye China here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about what we call the bold move by China to call on the United States and to call on Russia to basically decompose a lot of their nukes. Because as of what we know right now is that Russia has, I believe, a little over 5,500 nukes, and this is according to 2025, not according to 2024, and then the United States has a little over 5,000. Of course, a lot of you know about how Trump has recently been talking to Russia and China about saying, hello, we would like y'all to cut 50% of y'all's military cost, the military budget. Now, the United States saying that they would do it as well. But one of the main things here is that, like, we can look at the situation in Russia where basically the United States kept a promise over let's say, NATO, or the United States kept a promise over different issues, like even like the nuclear issue with Russia. And then basically, whenever a new president came, they went against the original plan or the original agreement. For example, we see like this situation in the conflict of Russia and Ukraine. A lot of people like to put the blame of the Ukraine situation on Russia, but in reality, this was all started by the Biden administration. This conflict was all started by the United States themselves, because the initial agreement by NATO was like, okay, we will not expand one inch of territory closer to Russia, but they've done it, and that's basically forcing. I mean, they've expanded several times, and now they're trying to expand with Ukraine, and basically Russia was like, no, we're not going to let that happen. And they needed this, and basically Ukraine was killing lots of Russians. I mean, they were basically having a genocide over there. So I mean, Russia's fighting for world peace over there. That's one of the things that we've also seen about nukes, is that nukes have been a big thing for world peace. For example, you see North Korea. You always hear like the United States or South Korea talking about how they want to invade North Korea. Well, the reason why they haven't invaded North Korea is because they have nukes. They don't dare to invade North Korea because they have nukes. Another one with Russia. Nobody dares to invade Russia because they have nukes. Nobody dares to invade China because they have nukes. Nobody dares to invade, let's say, Pakistan or India because they have nukes. So that's one of the big things. So it is very ironic how nukes have been better for world peace than most leaders have. I'm going to show you all a chart here about how the United States and Russian nuclear arsenals have evolved over the years, talking about how they've had like the different agreements over the years for basically decompiling and retiring a lot of nukes, which, as you've seen, like over the years, have been getting shorter and shorter. I mean, in recent years, since 2020 really, both the United States and Russia have been increasing their nuclear arsenal, which is obviously a very scary thing. So that's why China's calling on everybody. Let's say, hey, everybody needs to decompile their nukes. We need to fight for world peace. China's been an advocate for world peace. Like, let's look at the situation in China, or sorry, in Russia and Ukraine. China's been huge in fighting for world peace over there. I mean, look at the situations that have happened in Palestine and Israel. Look at the situations with Iran. This has all been China coming out to talk with everybody. And we all know how good President Xi Jinping is whenever it comes to foreign relations. Whenever Trump was president in his first term, with President Xi Jinping going to the Mar-a-Lago in Florida, going to the White House, just talking, just trying to build a friendship between China and the United States. And that's what he's been trying to work for his entire career. Um, I'll do like a video another time talking about the relationship, the deep relationship that President Xi Jinping has with the United States, and his real opinion on the United States, that Americans can really understand how great of a guy he is, and how he really wants to fight for world peace, and how he does not want us to have these wars, how he does not want us to have nuclear weapons, how he would rather look at what he wants for common prosperity. He wants like all of the world to basically get together and everybody work for a common goal, and for everybody to live better lives. Here's a chart as of 2024, talking about the nuclear arsenals of everyone. As you see, this is as of 2024, Russia will have 4.3 thousand, and the United States having 3.7 thousand. Obviously, we know as of 2025, Russia has grown to 5,500, and the United States has grown to a little over 5,000. So, I mean, this is a very dangerous time, and really, one of the big things is like you see, like with the United States talking about, oh, let's cut 50% of the cost for everybody's military. Let's have Russia cut 50% of their military costs. Let's have China cut 50% of their military costs. And then they said, let's have the United States. One of the things that I love to hear, basically what China came out and said, and they were like, all right, United States, y'all always like to say America first. Okay. Well, then y'all should set an example by y'all cutting 50% of y'all's military budget first. And then we will consider if we will do it or not. But China's already come out and said that they're willing to do it. Now, Russia, on the other hand, has been coming out saying the United States goes back on a lot of their agreements. The United States has lied to Russia many times. Why would they trust the United States? It's the truth. I mean, the United States lies about everything, really. If you think about it, whether it be their own citizens, whether it be other countries. So, I mean, this has been a huge issue. So, I mean, the United States, if they're really planning on doing the plan that they're talking about, they need to set an example in this. And the difference with China is that China says, oh, we do not attack anyone, we do not start wars. China hasn't started any wars. China's not been involved in any wars. So that's one of the big things. So whenever China talks about this nuclear policy, saying, oh, we need everybody to cut their nukes, people would trust China because they know that China's telling the truth. Another thing that I would like to tell you all about is how China has a no first use nuclear policy, meaning that China's not able to use nukes unless somebody else uses them. And basically, China's also calling on other countries, for example, Russia, the United States, and even North Korea is basically saying, and Israel, saying, hey, y'all need to adopt this policy as well. I mean, it's good for world peace. It can solve lots of issues. It could help the world become a better place. I mean, look at like how China's getting involved in the space field. You know, with sending people to the other side of the moon. And it's been amazing all the progress that's been going on. What China's called, we do not want a nuclear arms race. We do not want a space arms race. We're doing this purely for humanity. We're doing this for the better of humankind. And I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, the United States and even other countries as well should learn from this example set by China that we need to start working together. We need to start working as a world. We need to start working for humanity, the better of humanity. And that way we can make a lot of things better for everyone. Things would be a lot more peaceful. Things would be a lot more efficient. You know, we could solve poverty all around the world. We could solve hunger all around the world. We could start working on different issues such as solving cancer, that's another topic on itself. But they could solve a lot of different issues. You wouldn't have to deal with certain things like coronavirus. Exactly. So I mean, really, it would just be great if the world could adopt a lot of the beliefs and a lot of the ideas created by China. But I'm going to end off the video here. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you. Bye-bye.